Hi, it's Otaku Cap today. I want to share a new anime, more than a married couple but not lovers. It's a world where the school assigns girlfriends. The school will divide students into groups and let them live as a couple. The main protagonist, Jirou Yakuin, has secretly liked Shiori Sakurazaka, who grows up with him, and he wants to be in a group with her. However, he is forced to team up with Akari Watanabe, the goddess of all boys. Akari likes the popular handsome boy, Minami Tenjin, and is totally not in the unnoticed boy, Jirou. They often argue with each other, which causes the scoring machine to constantly deduct their points. According to the rules of the school, if they can get an A level, they can change their partners with those who are also a level. Akari thinks Minami, who is excellent in every way, can probably get an A, so she asks Jirou to cooperate well with her to avoid their points being deducted. To add back their deducted points, she begins to seduce Jirou, but Jirou has been single for years, and it's his first time having intimate contact with a girl. So, he gets so shocked that he escapes with an excuse of going outside to buy things from a distance. Jirou happens to see Shiori and Minami being together, thus getting to know that they are coupled. Back to the house arranged by the school, Jirou is very sad. Just then, the doorbell rings. Jirou's best friend comes to invite him to go to the Comic-Con. Before he leaves, Akari tells Jirou that if he wants to get points, he has to kiss her before he goes out, just like they are a real couple. Jirou directly kisses her lips, which makes their scores get added back. One day, when Jirou sees Shiori holding Minami's arm, he soon gets upset again. After class, it is raining outside, and Jirou, who doesn't have an umbrella, is trapped in the school building. Just then, Shiori sits next to Jirou and talks to him. Jirou learns from the talk that the reason why Shiori held Minami's arm is that she was scared by bugs. As Shirori's explanation just restored some of Jirou's confidence, Minami comes to school to send Shiori an umbrella. Since Minami picked up Shiori and left, Jirou has been depressed. At night, Akari wants to get high scores to change her partner, and Jirou also thinks so. Thus, he takes the initiative to feed Akari. They think it's just false acting, but they often feel like kissing each other when acting intimately. One night, when he is dreaming of kissing Shiori, he is shouted up by Akari because she wants to watch American zombie movies together with Jirou so that they can get more points. Akari even buys Jirou couples pajamas. When she is about to change her clothes in front of Jirou, the electricity shuts down. Akari is so scared that she throws herself directly into Jirou's arms. Their intimate touch makes the machine keep adding their scores. Jirou can't help hugging Akari, praising her cuteness. It's time for the school to release the periodical report card. Jirou and Akari get a B for their recent excellent performance, while Minami and Shiori only get an E, which makes Jirou very distressed. Too many troubles make Jirou fall ill, but Akari doesn't stay at home to take care of him. At this moment, Jirou hears the doorbell ring. When he opens the door, it is Shiori who comes. Jirou falls asleep peacefully under the care of Shiori. Only then can Shiori reveal her heart. In fact, Shiori has always liked Jirou. She wants to secretly kiss Jirou while he is asleep, but at the last moment, she dismisses the idea because of the lack of a formal relationship. At night, Akari comes home and is taking a bath. Jirou comes to the door to thank her because it was her who asked Shiori to take care of Jirou. But now Akari is not happy. When she thinks of helping Jirou chase after Shiori, she inexplicably feels a little irritable. From this night on, Akari begins to sound out what kind of girl Jirou likes. Akari learned that Jirou likes girls who can make bento, and the next day she begins to make bento, intending to make a top-level bento for Minami. But before that, she will give all her practicing bento to Jirou. Afterwards, Akari is finally ready to send her best bento to Minami. Seeing Jirou hungry, she casually feeds him a bite. Thinking that Akari will give such delicious bento to another man, Jirou starts to feel complicated. Just then, Shiori comes to the door to give them an apple pie. While chatting, Akari learns that she is completely wrong about Minami's preference for food. Jirou keeps praising her charm to cheer Akari, but accidentally reveals what he thinks. Indeed, all the boys in school like Akari and want to have an intimate relationship with her as a couple. Jirou immediately regrets saying this, but Akari has pushed him down on the sofa and grabs Jirou's hands to undress her. But he finally stops because of his last shred of sanity. Akari misunderstands that Jirou only likes Shiori. With a forced smile, she tells the boy to stop the fake couple relationship. Since this day, Jirou and Akari have become much more estranged. When the school announces the couple's ranking again, they fall to level E, while Minami and Shiori are promoted to level A. When Jirou comes home in the evening, he sees the breakfast made by Akari. So he tries to solve the misunderstanding with her. Jirou sincerely tells her that he hopes to resolve their misunderstanding and return to how they were before. Akari is so excited that she accidentally says that she likes Jirou, but soon she tries to correct herself and makes it a prank. Akari finally agrees to continue to play a couple with Jirou, which makes him relieved. Akari is talking to her classmates about gossips related to the internship of pretending to be a couple. Jirou is secretly watching Akari. At this moment, Minami attracts everyone's attention. The two girls that Jirou likes are very close to Minami, which makes Jirou a little disappointed. Meanwhile, Akari's friends bring up a rumor that Minami is happy with his fake wife Shiori and doesn't intend to change his partner. But Akari doesn't feel disappointed because her affection for Minami seems to be mostly taken away by Jirou. After class, Akari happens to meet Minami. She is so excited that she accidentally hits the shelf. When the box above is about to fall on her, Minami rushes to save her, and they end up with a very intimate posture. Akari feels her heartbeats quicken, but when Minami tells her he has got along well with Shiori, Akari suddenly cries. As Minami steps forward to comfort her, Jirou's friend happens to see them from his perspective. Akari and Minami look like kissing each other. Meanwhile, Jirou asks Shiori if she and Minami will be a couple forever. Even though they like each other, they still don't express it clearly in the talk. Just as Jirou is about to invite Shiori to become his partner in the future, Jirou's best friend runs over. Immediately after, Minami and Akari also show up. Interrupted by these people, Jirou fails to reveal his feelings to Shiori. In the next class, Jirou hears that Akari takes leave for being sick. Just then, his friend tells him that after PE class, he saw Minami and Akari kissing. When Jirou comes home after class, he sees Akari lying on the couch and playing with her phone. He then blesses Akari, who immediately senses that Jirou is in jealousy. She chuckles and explains that Minami was just helping her get the dust in her eyes out. Akari is laughing, but tears are filling her eyes. She can feel herself becoming more and more distant from Minami. Seeing this, Jirou hugs Akari to comfort her. At night, Akari says others mistake her as a very open girl. Actually, she is very conservative. The kiss she had with Jirou before was her first kiss. Knowing that, Jirou feels happy for no reason. One day, when Jirou is on duty at school, he happens to meet his crush Shiori, and they talk happily. However, it is seen by Akari. She is very sad but doesn't go to disturb them. At night, as Akari is indulged in the talk with Jirou, she accidentally says that she likes him. The girl explains that she is just casually talking. She is both expecting and afraid that her thoughts will be detected by Jirou later. The teacher announces that the school will hold an examination soon, and students who failed the exam will receive high-intensity tutoring after school. Jirou asks about Akari's grades. However, Akari has even worse grades than Jirou. So he asks Akari not to go out but stay at home with him every day to make up the missed lessons. With the help of Jirou, tonight Akari does a very good job. Jirou finds that Akari is the type of girl who grows when she is praised. So he praises her as a genius. This makes Akari very happy. She notices that Jirou is a little tired as he has been busy improving their grades. So she intends to trick Jirou to help him relax. Akari and Jirou are clinging together. The young boy finally loses control and holds Akari under him, causing Akari to panic. She tells Jirou that she is just joking. At the critical moment, Jirou's nosebleed awakens his sanity. Akari quickly explains that she just wants to help Jirou relax. In this unexpected cohabitation life, the prettiest schoolgirl has become completely obsessed with the ordinary shy and lecherous boy, Jirou. Recently, Akari treats Jirou better and better, even inviting him to eat chocolate together. But Jirou hasn't realized that Akari likes him, even searching online for reasons why the girl has changed a lot. It seems that his charm can't compare to the girl, Mei, who attracts many girls because of her boyish personality. After rejecting the girl's confession, Mei comforts her. Seeing this, when passing by, Jirou feels that he is far inferior to her in love. After school, Jirou lies alone under the bridge instead of going home immediately, thinking about the reason why Akari has changed. Until dusk falls, when he returns home, he decides to take a shower first. But when he is taking off his pants, Akari suddenly breaks in to tell him the good news that they rank 8th in the class in the midterm exam. Excited, she hugs Jirou. When Jirou finishes bathing, Akari gently helps him dry his hair. During which, Jirou finds that if he calls Akari only by her given name, she will be so shy and dare not look into his eyes. Meanwhile, Mei also receives the midterm exam rankings and immediately asks her good friend Shiori to the football field, reminding Shiori that she must take the initiative. Otherwise, Akari will monopolize Jirou. Just then, Shiori is hit by a football and falls unconscious. Mei immediately tells Jirou about it. When Jirou arrives at the healthcare room, he sees water and a sandwich on the table and realizes that Minami has already visited Shiori before him, making him feel a little annoyed that he is slower than everyone else in everything he does. When they are chatting, they both can't concentrate. Jirou thinks that Shiori is attracted to the excellent boy, Minami, and Shiori is worried that Jirou will be taken away by the pretty girl, Akari. In the narrow space, Shiori, who is still depressed just now, suddenly makes up her mind to ask Jirou to help her practice kissing, but she soon says that he can reject if he thinks it is too embarrassing, with her hands waving. However, Jirou doesn't know how to refuse girls, especially girls he likes. Just as Jirou is about to kiss her, Shiori pushes him away. At this moment, Akari's friend skips classes and comes to the healthcare room to take a nap, but she soon leaves because she misunderstands that someone is having an affair here. Frightened, Jirou accidentally kisses Shiori, making both of them embarrassed, and he quickly leaves with an excuse. Afterward, Akari's friend tells her about this incident, and then she receives a message from Jirou telling that he went to visit Shiori in the healthcare room just now, so she misunderstands it. At night, Akari doesn't return home and is in a daze in the cafe, even not noticing that Minami is also working here. After a sweet drink, she finally gets happier. She decides to go home and talk to Jirou, wondering if Jirou really had his first time with his first love. When she returns home, she finds Jirou falls asleep on the sofa and then begins to pack up the crumpled clothes around Jirou. After Akari nags for a long time, Jirou still doesn't wake up, so she takes off her clothes and gets into Jirou's arms. After that, she begins to blame Jirou for abandoning her to complete his transformation to a man. First unwilling to lose to Shiori, she sleeps next to Jirou in an intimate position for the whole night. When Jirou wakes up, he is shocked to see Akari wearing too little and then wakes her up angrily. She starts to tease Jirou, falsely claiming that Jirou took her first time last night, which makes Jirou very guilty. He doesn't expect to lose his first time while drunk. Hearing this, Akari realizes that she has misunderstood Jirou, and that he and Shiori were not having an affair in the healthcare room. So, she confesses that she was just teasing Jirou. Just then, she suddenly covers Jirou's ear and tells what she really thinks in her mind. In fact, Akari really wants to give her first time to the boy in front of her, but Jirou is so dull that he still does not get Akari's feelings. Afterward, both of Akari's friends ask her to quickly choose between Jirou and Minami or give up both of them, but Akari can't give her answer in such a short time. In the end, her friends come up with a good idea. They make an appointment with Minami on the day of the fireworks festival, and Akari also wants to take this opportunity to strengthen her relationship with him so that Jirou and Shiori won't be affected. But Jirou doesn't know about it, so while helping Akari put on the yukata for the fireworks festival, he is secretly jealous in his heart. At night, Akari joins her friends in a low mood, though she is about to date her favorite boy, and she can't help thinking of the ordinary boy Jirou. Just then, the boys who helped the girls ask Minami out tell them that Minami was called to work suddenly and would not come. Hearing this, Akari feels relieved, but she soon gets depressed when she sees Minami and Shiori walking together. It turns out that Minami is really going to work, and he happens to meet Shiori going to buy something on his way. But Akari doesn't know it and calls Jirou in tears. When Jirou asks her what happened, she doesn't tell him. After that, Jirou rushes out to find her, only to see her sitting in the doorway crying. When Jirou comforts her, she can't help throwing herself into Jirou's arms and crying aloud. After crying for a long time, Akari finally calms down. Later, she and Jirou watch the fireworks on the balcony. Akari deliberately finds an opportunity to grab Jirou's hand, making him hold her, but she still can't confess her feelings for Jirou. Several days later, the school announces the ranking of couples again. This time, Akari and Jirou rank 13th. Now Jirou is not as concerned about the ranking as he was at the beginning. He often remembers that Akari cried so hard before, even when he's taking a bath. Just then, Akari rushes into the bathroom because she is frightened by a spider. Jirou reminds Akari that he is not wearing clothes now, only to get dragged out by Akari to catch the spider. At the begging of Jirou, Akari finally allows him to put on some clothes first, but the tiny spider has long disappeared. But Akari is afraid that the spider will come out at any time, so she takes Jirou with her wherever she goes. Even when she goes to the bathroom, she has to keep Jirou at the door. Later, Akari even orders Jirou to feed her ice cream and teases that Jirou's taste for ice cream has become more and more like her. In such a romantic vibe, Akari asks Jirou what will happen if they meet as strangers. Jirou thinks that he probably dare not talk to the school bell, while Akari is looking forward to becoming friends with the shy boy, Jirou. When they are still talking about this topic, the spider suddenly appears, causing Akari to be so nervous that she subconsciously clamps Jirou's hand with her legs, and the shy boy directly gets flushed and dizzy because of this incident. Jirou urgently purchases insecticides online, while Akari wants to tell Jirou that he is more reassuring than pesticides, but finally, she still stops herself. Shiori is also troubled with her relationships. Minami senses that Shiori has something on her mind and offers to chat with her. Shiori makes up a fake friend and attributes all her troubles to this friend's experience, instead of telling him that she accidentally kissed Jirou. However, Minami is so attentive that he seems to have noticed that Shiori is talking about her own experience. He asks Shiori to encourage the friend to bravely confess her love to the one she likes. What he said reveals that he is in love with a girl, but for some reason, he can't confess his feelings. Besides Minami, Shiori's good friend Mei also encourages her to confess her feelings bravely, but she behaves strangely, saying that her criteria for choosing clothes are based on Shiori's preferences, even pinching Shiori's ears at night. When they are having a drink together, Shiori offers to go to Mei's house as a guest. They sleep and take a bath together, and then talk about their past. When Shiori says that in her childhood, most of her photos were taken with Jirou, Mei shows a sad expression on her face. Meanwhile, Jirou is eating with his friend. When thinking of Jirou's accidental kiss with Akari, his friend always gets mad and then decides to forcibly kiss Jirou to take away his luck with girls. When Jirou struggles to break free, he happens to see Shiori passing by. Worrying that Shiori will mistake him for gay, he rushes to explain, but Shiori was thinking about other things and didn't notice it. Hearing this, Jirou feels relieved. After that, Jirou helps Shiori carry things and walks her home. On the way, Jirou apologizes for the accidental kiss in the infirmary, but Shiori reveals that she doesn't hate the kiss and gains a lot from it. However, Jirou misunderstands that Shiori is emphasizing that even if they kissed, she still has no feelings for him. Thinking of this, the boy feels depressed. It's the end of the semester, and summer vacation is just around the corner. Students are planning their vacations. Jirou's friend Kumo's brother runs a cafe by the sea. As the cafe is short of employees, Kumo signs up for a summer part-time job for both himself and Jirou. Coincidentally, Shiori and Mei also apply for part-time jobs at the cafe. When Jirou and Shiori know they can work with each other, they both look forward to it, especially Jirou. He fantasizes about how cute Shiori will be when she acts pettish. Just then, Kumo jokes that after Jirou leaves the house, Akari will definitely ask other boys to come over to have fun. But Jirou believes that Akari will not do this after school. Jirou gets shocked by Akari's swimsuit, which barely covers her good figure. Akari immediately mocks Jirou for being so conservative that he even blushes when seeing a swimsuit. She tells Jirou that she is going to the beach with 2 girls, that's why she bought 2 swimsuits today. As Akari notices that Jirou looks at her as if there are flames in his eyes, she doesn't dare to tease him anymore, quickly grabbing Jirou's coat to cover her body. Jirou asks Akari if there will be any boys going to the beach with her because he is afraid Akari will be in danger if she dresses so sexy. Akari doesn't want Jirou to be too worried, so she explains that she goes to the beach for a part-time job and there is no danger. Jirou then tells Akari that he also has a part-time job during summer vacation along with Kumo, Shiori, and Mei. Jirou thinks that Akari has been working hard for Minami, so he plans to take this opportunity to go further with Shiori. Jirou's words make Akari jealous, and she starts to ask Jirou if he feels lonely when she's not here. The girl's sudden willfulness makes Jirou a little confused. Just then, Akari lies in Jirou's arms, smelling the scent of his body like a dead mobile phone gradually filling up with power. But soon Akari falsely claims that she just wanted to get extra points for the practice. During the chat, Akari learns that Jirou likes her swimsuit, so Akari decides to go to the beach with the other conservative swimsuit, while this sexy one will be only worn when she's with Jirou. Akari's words make Jirou's face turn red again. In their following conversation, the two find that they will be working at the same cafe. The hand of fate finally pushes them to each other. Soon after, a group of boys and girls move into the dormitory. They are so young that the island seems to be injected with a lot of fresh vitality. Akari is satisfied with the uniform of the cafe. Beautiful girls look good in everything, after all. Mei is very happy to work with Shiori, and I bet she likes Shiori. As everyone has changed into uniforms, it comes to dividing the work. Each of them has to choose his or her own part in the many areas. Shiori learns that Jirou has chosen the kitchen, so she immediately joins the kitchen to work with Jirou. As for Akari, she learns to use the cash register machine under the guidance of Minami. Everyone is struggling to adapt to this part-time job, but Mei has another important mission. She must promote the relationship between Shiori and Jirou, so she deliberately asks Jirou to help Shiori with things while she grabs Kumo out of the kitchen to free up the world of the two for her best friend and Jirou. The next scene is very tempting. When Jirou and Shiori practice squeezing cream on the drinks, Jirou accidentally squeezes the cream into Shirori's face. As he tries to help Shiori wipe off the cream, the girl has been struggling out of feeling tickled. What a hentai image. As intimate physical contact ignites the fire in the hearts of the youth, they feel like kissing each other. But right before they touch each other, two of Akari's friends happen to come to the kitchen to get something, ruining the kiss. Even so, Jirou and Shiori still enjoy the experience, feeling one step closer to each other. Both of them are looking forward to what will happen before the end of the part-time job. Later, they come to the beach to relax. Kamo is attracted to the girls' swimsuits, but he wonders why Akari is wearing such a conservative swimsuit this time. Jirou remembers what Akari said about the sexy swimsuit that will only be worn for him. That's when Shiori and Mei approach Jirou and ask him to play with them, but Jirou is taken aback by what Shiori points to, a hotel where couples often stay. Jirou soon realizes that he has misunderstood her. What Shiori was really referring to was a beach where the four teenagers then start to build sand castles. It's Jirou's first time seeing Shiori dress so little. Both he and Kamo are peeking at the good figures of the girls next to them. Then, Shiori proposes to play games with Jirou as they did when they were little, which makes Akari quite jealous. Fortunately, Akari and Jirou happen to be assigned to the same group, and their task is to buy something. The school bell finally feels a bit comforted. Jirou is really clumsy at coaxing girls, but soon he gets an opportunity to make Akari happy. Two boys try to pick up Akari, and they are even touching her. Seeing this, Jirou holds Akari closer and shouts that he is Akari's husband, successfully extricating the beautiful girl from the trouble. Jirou is very manly when he claims to be her husband, making Akari more obsessed with him. After a busy day, Akari is taking a bath with her two friends to get relaxed while Shiori and Mei also join in. The topics of girls' talk are basically related to boys. Mei is the most mature one among them, and the girls all like her deep understanding of love, joking that they want to marry her. Both Akari and Shiori are sensitive to the topic of love, and at their age, what they care most about is not grades but a certain boy whom they have a crush on. Unfortunately, these two girls are thinking of the same boy, Jirou. After the bath, Akari happens to meet Jirou. She finds he is sunburned and offers to apply ointment for him. During the process, she asks Jirou not to distance himself from her for the fear of other people's views. As she stops, Akari suddenly hugs him from behind, while a classmate happens to pass by. Jirou gets startled, so he unconsciously calls Akari's last name. Such an estranged calling makes Akari unhappy. Again at night, Akari secretly asks Jirou out. She takes off her jacket to reveal the sexy swimsuit, which she has promised to only wear for Jirou, and she keeps her words. Akari forces Jirou to admire her figure, just like how he did at home, preventing him from acting distant again. Jirou is shocked by the two huge weapons of Akari, and his brain has stopped working. Jirou has always felt like Akari is being jealous, but the next second, he denies it. The boy is so diffident that he doesn't believe the school bell would like him. Just then, Shiori and Mei happen to pass by. Jirou and Akari then hide in a narrow space where the bodies of the young man and the girl are so close, causing Jirou to be hot and dizzy. Shiori and Mei are talking, but Jirou can hear nothing. As Jirou's sweat drips onto Akari, the girl makes a sound of fright. Shiori thought the sound was from a ghost, so she pulls Mei to run away. Jirou and Akari are finally safe for the time being, but then Jirou suspects that Akari was playing a prank by seducing him. Hearing this, Akari is very sad. She has sacrificed so much but is misunderstood by Jirou. Just then, a new accident happens. Akari can feel Jirou's breathing getting heavier, and the next moment, Jirou directly pounces on her. Akari is terrified and thought the boy is going to take her first time, but actually, Jirou just fainted from a slight heat stroke. Later, Akari finds someone to carry Jirou back, and after simple treatment, Jirou finally recovers. This couple hides too many things from each other. I don't know when they will let go of all their worries and follow their deepest desires, turning from a fake couple into a real one. As another day begins, Jirou is fascinated to see Shiori in her pajamas. He is now in a dilemma of emotions. Akari loves Jirou as much as Shiori does and often teases Jirou to see him embarrassed. While Jirou doesn't reject being teased by Akari at all, he can't tell what kind of affection he has for Akari. But what happens next helps these teenagers gradually understand their feelings. The cafe holds an event where boys and girls will draw lots and be divided into groups. Then the groups will visit the island at night. It is said that this event has brought many couples together in previous years. In order to help Jirou and Shiori get together, Kamo changes the draw. He also accepts Jirou's request to put Akari and Minami in a group. While Jirou is chasing the girl he likes, Akari can also deepen her relationship with the boy she likes. Before they set out at night, Jirou can't help but sneak a peek at Akari. After a long time, everyone reaches the end one after another while Akari and Minami never show up. Just then, it starts to rain slightly, and Kamo's brother receives a call from Minami to learn that Akari's phone got lost, so they are looking for it. Worried about Akari, Jirou refuses to go back with Shiori to shelter from the rain. Instead, he shouts Akari's name in the dimly lit woods but only to find Akari's phone. Then, Shiori holds an umbrella to inform Jirou that Akari is safe and is now sheltering from the rain with Minami. Shiori has always been insecure, fearing that she will lose Jirou. Taking advantage of the romantic atmosphere on a rainy day, Shiori decides to be brave. She first falls into Jirou's arms, then stands on tiptoe and kisses Jirou on this rainy night. Not only Shiori confesses her feelings, but Akari also expresses her affection for Minami. Minami is mature, and he has discovered that the one Akari really likes is Jirou. But Minami doesn't feel disappointed because he has had a crush on someone for a long time. None of his classmates know the girl who is not Shiori either. Tonight's conversation gave Akari an important takeaway. She finally realizes that she likes Jirou, and Akari will try to catch up with the boy. In 2 ticks, half a month has passed since they came back from the island. Shiori often remembers her kiss with Jirou, who did not show his attitude that night, which makes Shiori worried that Jirou would hate her. Like Shiori, Akari thinks about Jirou every day during her summer vacation, and she even prays to the gods that she can be with the boy. Jirou has never been in a relationship, so he reacts slowly in love, and he still has not realized the affection of the 2 girls. Jirou doesn't have the courage to ask Shiori about the kiss coincidentally when he goes out to buy a manga magazine. He happens to meet Shiori, who comes to buy the magazine for her brother. Jirou gives the last magazine to Shiori, and his thoughtfulness makes the girl more convinced that she falls in love with the right person. Later, Shiori invites Jirou to her home, as the teenager's hormones are particularly strong. For the first time, Jirou discovers that Shiori has a really good figure, though she looks skinny. Jirou dispels the lustful thoughts in his head, ready to talk to Shiori about the meaning of the kiss. Just then, Shiori suddenly calls Jirou to the balcony to watch the rainbow, and the 2 take a photo together. When Shiori sends the photo to Jirou, he accidentally sees a group photo of them on the island. Jirou notices Akari in the photo and feels very strange. Because he has never been in a relationship, he cannot distinguish between friendship and love. When Jirou returns home, Akari sends a message asking him to go out on a date. Jirou is so nervous as he doesn't even have a formal date outfit. He waits for a long time at the date place, and Akari is panting hard when she runs to him. She spent too much time dressing up and forgot to bring her phone, so she ran over in a rush, worried that Jirou would be waiting for her for too long. Jirou is so touched, and they spend the rest of the day like a real couple. When they have a drink in the cafe, Akari uses Jirou's straw, joking that it is an indirect kiss. Then, they go shopping for clothes and try the toy grabber. Overall, they had a very pleasant day. On the way home, Akari wants to go to the shrine to make a wish but meets Shiori by chance. The 2 girls race on who can reach the shrine first. Along the way, they see a lot of couples, knowing this is not just a simple competition. Because they have placed great expectations on it, as if whoever wins will become Jirou's wife. In the end, the 2 girls arrive at the shrine at the same time, as they draw a tie. This time, they will continue to chase Jirou in the days to come, which brings the end of More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers. I feel envious of the relationships during school days, where boys and girls can simply like each other without worrying about their financial status or family background, and become a couple. However, everything changes once we step into the adult world. Although we may feel a connection with someone, we may never have the courage to express our love openly, such as running in the rain and shouting it out in front of everyone. The anime's ending is left open without any clear explanation of the protagonist's fate. Perhaps we will find out what happens in the 2nd season. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the fastest and most interesting recap video when it's released. Goodbye.